From hosting Saturday Night Live to private jet vacations, this is the insane lifestyle of Travis Kelce. Hit the intro.
Taylor Swift now entering her engagement era with Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce.
Shy of Otis Taylor. Here is Kelce. Still going. Kelce. Good night. Chiefs win it.
We all know what he's done on the field, but we just dug up some brand new details about his private life. So let's quickly start things off with his background. Travis Michael Kelce was born on October 5th, 1989 in Westlake, Ohio. His dad, Ed, worked in the steel industry, and his mom, Donna, worked in banking. And yes, she's the now famous NFL mom who cheers for both of her sons. And real quick, this is a brand new channel, so a quick subscription would mean the world to us. But that's right, Travis isn't the only NFL star in his family. His older brother, Jason Kelce, would go on to become a Hall of Fame level center for the Eagles. Growing up, the two were inseparable and fiercely competitive. Travis was just a natural athlete from the start. Football, basketball, baseball, you name it. But it was on the football field at Cleveland Heights High School where he truly stood out, playing quarterback his senior year and putting up over 2,500 total yards of offense. Despite his talent, Kelce wasn't heavily recruited. He ended up joining the University of Cincinnati, where Jason was already a starter and redshirted his first year. But there was a twist. Travis didn't start his college career at tight end. He came in as a quarterback. After redshirting in 2008 at Cincinnati, he saw limited playing time in 2009. In 2010, Kelce was suspended for the entire season after failing a drug test for marijuana. The university made him see a psychiatrist to help with his supposed addiction. It was a major setback, and for a moment, his football career was hanging by a thread. But instead of folding, Kelce turned it around. He returned in 2011 as a tight end and started showing flashes of the weapon he'd become.
Now you're giving the ball in the 50-yard line, sure. You know?
Kelce, the big tight end with the game's biggest play, 83 yards.
Then came 2012, his true breakout. Kelce dominated, hauling 8 touchdowns and earning first-team All-Big East honors.
How's it feel, 18? How's it feel?
Feels great, number one.
And when the 2013 draft rolled around, his skill set caught the Kansas City Chiefs' attention, especially new head coach Andy Reid. The Chiefs took Kelce in the 3rd round, 63rd overall, signing him to a 4-year, $3.12 million deal that also included a bonus of $700,000. Let's talk about the clips that turned him into a viral sensation. His rookie year didn't exactly go as planned. He played just 1 game before knee surgery ended his season. Kelce's 2nd year in the league was his true coming-out party. In 2014, he led the Chiefs in receiving yards, quickly becoming Alex Smith's go-to target.
Inside, they go underneath. This is Kelce to the pylon. That is a Kansas City touchdown. This kid is quickly emerging on the scene.
But it wasn't just his production. It was his personality. Touchdown dances, hyped-up sideline antics, and an energy that screamed must-watch. By 2016, Kelce had become a Pro Bowler, the first of what would become 8 straight selections. That season, he racked up 1,125 receiving yards, proving that a tight end could put up wide receiver numbers. The Chiefs liked what they saw, so they locked him into a 5-year, $46 million contract extension. And then came the Patrick Mahomes era, and Kelce's numbers went nuclear. In 2018, he set the NFL single-season record for receiving yards by a tight end, 1,336, only to have George Kittle break it later that same day. But it didn't matter. Kelce's dominance was now undeniable. And the following season, Kelce did the impossible. In the divisional round, the Chiefs looked dead in the water, down 24-0 to the Texans. Then, Travis Kelce decided the game wasn't over yet. In one of the wildest comebacks in NFL playoff history, Kelce caught 3 touchdowns in the 2nd quarter alone, turning a blowout loss into the start of a 51-7 run. Kelce then played a massive role in securing their first Super Bowl championship in 50 years. Kansas City wanted Kelce to stay put, so they gave him a 4-year, $57 million extension. But what he did in 2022 just doesn't make sense. In a game against the Raiders, Kelce didn't just have a big game. he had one of the most absurd stat lines in NFL history: 4 touchdowns. And here's the wild part: he finished with just 25 receiving yards. He followed it up with another Super Bowl win in 2023, torching the Eagles defense for 81 yards and a touchdown, all while facing off against his own brother, Jason, in the first ever Kelce Bowl. And then another Super Bowl in 2024. He subsequently signed a 2-year extension with the Chiefs for $34.25 million, making him the highest paid tight end in the NFL. He went off in the 2025 playoffs, but the Chiefs ultimately failed at winning their 3rd consecutive Super Bowl. But what we really want to know is, how does he spend his cash? Let's start with the garage, worth over $1.4 million. His most expensive car is a Rolls-Royce Ghost, $400,000 of pure luxury. But his favorite car? A 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle, $115,000 of electric converted muscle. And yes, Taylor Swift has been spotted riding shotgun. In 2023, he picked up this Hummer for a cool $80,000. But more recently, he's been spotted in his Cadillac Escalade, an $84,000 luxury land yacht. Now for the houses. Back in 2018, he rented out an entire floor of a luxury high-rise for a cool $3,400 a month. For that price, you get floor-to-ceiling windows with killer city views, a rooftop pool, state-of-the-art gym, theater, and concierge services. The following year, he wanted something a little bigger, so he scooped up a custom-designed 10,000 square foot mansion for $1 million. The 7-bedroom came with a state-of-the-art kitchen and a recreation room. Oh, and it has 2 family rooms, a theater room, 2 offices, and a full gym. The wine cellar, complete with a built-in bar. Outside, it's peak luxury bachelor life. A massive swimming pool with a martini deck off the master bedroom overlooking the pool. But in 2023, he leveled up, big time. A $6 million, 17,000 square foot estate in Leawood, Kansas. 6 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, a Beverly Hills style pool, pickleball court, mini golf, wine cellar, 2-story theater, and an underground golf simulator. But all that is nothing compared to the home he just started renting in 2025. Right now, Kelce is living in a jaw-dropping $20 million Boca Raton mansion inside the ultra-exclusive Royal Palm Yacht and Country Club. We're talking 8,300 plus square feet, 6 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, a waterfall edge pool, spa, private dock, home theater, wine room, and 24/7 gated security. But his spending doesn't stop there, because he just dropped $44,000 on this Rolex day date. He also owns a $72,000 Platinum day date and a $14,000 Rolex Submariner. But his favorite watch is his Breitling Flash, which goes for $250,000. Now a peek into his personal life. Back in 2016, Kelce starred in Catching Kelce, an e-dating show where he chose Maya Benbury. But their romance fizzled by early 2017. Fast forward to 2017, and he linked up with sports journalist and fashion influencer Kayla Nicole, a relationship that endured on and off for 5 years before wrapping up officially in 2022. Then came a game changer. Late 2023 saw Kelce atop headlines, locking hands with Taylor Swift. Now arguably one of the most iconic NFL power couple pairings ever. Swift is an American singer-songwriter. Their chemistry sparked record-breaking viewership and revenue for the Chiefs. And since they started dating, she's become his biggest fan, routinely showing up to his games to cheer him on. Most recently, she appeared on the Kelce Brothers podcast, which has since become the most streamed podcast of all time. During the offseason, you'll catch Travis at some NHL games. Some cameras recently caught him and Swift attending Game 4 of the finals. And he's since admitted he's a huge hockey fan.
Favorite logo of all time, the Chicago Blackhawk.
You can also catch him courtside at NBA games with one of his best friends, Patrick Mahomes. Just don't ask him to throw out the first pitch at a baseball game. Some other celebrity friends include Machine Gun Kelly and Ryan Reynolds. And when he's not playing football, you'll catch him playing some golf. Now for some moments that caused some waves in Kelce's career. Not everything Kelce does stays on the field. And when the drama hits, it hits hard. Remember Week 8, 2016 versus the Jaguars? With tempers flaring, Kelce got ejected for throwing his towel at an official in mock flag theatrics after a non-call, earning him a $24,309 fine and instant meme status. Flash forward to Super Bowl 58. The Chiefs fumble in the red zone, and Kelce completely loses it on the sidelines, shoving head coach Andy Reid and shouting loudly enough to make waves across social media. He later said sorry on his podcast, but the clip lit up timelines for days. In total, he's been fined $119,000 by the NFL. Now, at this point, you gotta be getting excited about his career earnings. As we mentioned before, he's the highest paid tight end in the NFL. So it's no surprise that he's made $94 million over the course of his career. And that doesn't even factor in that he makes $35 million a year from endorsement brands like Nike and Subway. We should also mention that Amazon just gave him $1 million for rights to his podcast, and his net worth currently sits at $95 million. And remember, this is a brand new lifestyle channel made by NFL fans for NFL fans. No AI voiceovers, no fake stories, none of the recycled clickbait you see everywhere else. Just real research, real facts, and the wildest stories from your favorite players' lives. So if you're rocking with us, don't forget to smash the subscribe button, and thanks for watching.